keys to tonight's matchup?
Well, got to find a way to bring the energy, with short bodies. 40 minutes of elite competition can be exhausting. So just finding a way to sustain the energy. Dallas plays hard. It's a young team. They're really active. And so we have to bring the energy to this game today. And hopefully the kids in Camp Day will help us do so.
Now, you mentioned it, you have to bring the energy and having the short rotation. What does that impact on a team and the endurance of the players that are in that?
It could go both ways. I think there are times when shorter rotations can help players feel a little bit more free to go out and not be afraid to make a mistake, and just play their game because the coach doesn't have as many options. But then, of course, the energy that it takes to play against good players, good teams, to give everything you have every possession offensively and defensively, that's hard to do for 25, 30, 35 minutes as a professional. So, hopefully we can use timeouts and, do some different things to just keep our players as fresh as possible.
Thanks, Coach.
From 7 to 8, you signed Karlie Samuelson to a 7-day deal. Can you explain, talk about why, the reason behind bringing her back onto the team?
Well, obviously we have a need in terms of our bodies and, whether it's a combination of injuries. Raquana will be away in terms of games for the time being. But I think along with those things, I think Karlie is synonymous with who we're becoming in terms of our culture, the type of people we want to have on our team, the way she carries herself as a professional. She got here at 9:18 this morning, games at 12:30. So those are the type of players we want to have on our roster. And it was tough to release her, back in May. And so, we don't feel like she's just a charity case, kind of thing that we're signing her to this contract. We feel like she can be helpful for us. She knows who we are. We know who she is. And we're excited to have her back.
Could the 7 days turn into something longer?
It's always possible, just based on where we are and some of the injuries we're dealing with. And, we'll see kind of Alexis's timetable. We'll hopefully be able to get through these next 3 games without, any other issues. And then we'll get a chance to reevaluate over the All-Star break, see who we expect back, coming out of the break. And then we'll have a chance to make some decisions about Karlie as well as other players.
What's your starting lineup?
Today, Sydney's going to start.
When you're playing a team that is coming off a back-to-back, how important is it to really take control as early as possible?
Well, I think you have to, they played the back-to-back, so we can't really control, I think, where they'll be today. It's a young team. They played in the afternoon yesterday. They may feel fine today. So I don't think we can overly focus on what their performance level will be. I think for us, we have to play the game each possession as it comes. And, don't expect anything to be any particular way. Just be fully present and in the moment. If there's an opportunity to take control of the game, of course, seize it. But it's a long game. We found out in Indiana, the game's never over. We found out in Atlanta, that you can have the game in hand, you can not have it in hand, and then you got to figure out a way in overtime to still get it done. So just be open to whatever happens out there and be willing to make the next play in front of you.
Time for one more.
This week of practice, have you had to take it easy, or have you changed kind of what you're doing, considering the numbers?
I think adapting, not necessarily taking it easy, but definitely adjusting and adapting in terms of, some days having 8 players to start, having 8 to start and then getting down to 7, and then still trying to figure out some ways to do some things. And, some of our assistant coaches, development coaches, interns, they're a little bit sore this week as well because they've had to get out there and help us do some things. But, this is something I think that many teams in the W face, and there's no excuse. We still have to figure out a way to get out here and perform today.